welcome back to Drew Pearson Live, and it's our chilling and grilling segment of our show. And now I'm joined by Matt and Colleen Peterson, Matador Meat and Wine. And thank you for joining us. And Matt, thank you for allowing Colleen to be with us this week.
Absolutely.
And now you're the meat expert for Matador Meat and Wine, and Colleen is the wine expert. And that's why she brought 3 bottles of wine to tell us about today. Colleen, what did you bring us today?
Well, we're coming up to the time of year where it's warmer, and you might not necessarily want a really heavy wine this time of year. A lot of people sort of think now's the time to switch to beer. Okay. So what I brought were some wines that are great on the patio, but still pair really nicely with foods. So
nice, light wine. And what varieties did you bring for us today?
Well, the first one is a rosé, and a lot of people sort of overlook rosés. They see it's pink and they think it might be girly and sweet, but a lot of rosés are actually really dry. So it's a really, even if you're a red wine drinker, it's a really nice one to have out on the patio. You're going to serve it chilled. Most of them are not going to be sweet, so even Matt can drink a nice pink wine on the patio.
Pink wine.
All right. As long as it tastes good, it looks good. I mean, it's a beautiful bottle. This particular brand you bought today is one of your favorites, I'm sure. It
is. It's a rosé of Pinot Noir. So what that means is it is a Pinot Noir grape. They just do the winemaking process without the skins, which makes it the lighter color.
Oh, okay.
So when they leave the skins on, that's what gives red wine its really dark color. When they remove the skins, you get a lighter version of it, basically.
Okay. There's a lesson right there.
There
Thank you for that, Colleen. All right, what else did you bring us today?
The next one is actually a white blend. You know, a lot of people are really familiar with drinking red blends. They're pretty common, but not until really about the last 10 years did winemakers start blending whites. And the great thing about that is you can take a white that's usually much drier and blend it with some of the sweeter whites. Like this one is Pinot Blanc, about a third of it, and then the other 2/3 are made up with sweeter German style. This one has a little bit of effervescence in it, so it's almost got the sort of champagne-y kind of bubbles to it. This is probably our favorite poolside wine. It's lower in alcohol, so you know if you're sitting out and it's 95 degrees outside, you're not overwhelmed by the alcohol. Again, it's got a little bit of the residual sugar, so it's got a little bit of sweetness, but not overwhelming.
And you can blend this with all kinds of meals.
Definitely. It's great with spicy stuff. So if you're having Thai food, if you're having Mexican, if you've got some of our jalapeno sausage, you know, anything that's spicy, that'll really cut through the spice and it balances really well.
All right. Sounds good. And what else? I see Matt pouring some of that wine.
You gotta try some.
The next one is also a blend, but this is a really cool story. So Tess is owned by Lisa and Ariana Pejou. Their family is Pejou Winery, which is very big in Napa. When they were growing up, their dad would bring all these wines to the dinner table, and he would have some reds and have some whites. The girls, being 12 or 13, thought the reds were too heavy, poured a little bit of white into their wine, and that's where this came from. So this is 4 different red grapes, 2 different white grapes blended together. So it's a really cool, very easy drinking red. So if you're a red wine drinker, you don't like white wines, this is perfect because it's mostly red wine with a little bit of white to make it more crisp.
And you serve it chilled. So it's, again, good for the patio.
And because it is a blend of red and white, you could serve it with fish, meat, or anything, huh?
Yep. Try some.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not going to drink itself.
All right, well, let's check it out. And as we wrap up this segment, we appreciate you being here, Colleen, and giving us that lesson on wine and the different varieties. And didn't know about the blends, but now I do. And appreciate that, being part of the Chilling and Grilling. Cheers.
Thank you.
Drew Pearson Live will be returned after we finish this.
Grilling and Chilling on Drew Pearson Live is brought to you by Matador Meats.